Gents, this has got to be the greatest fight card the UFC has ever produced. What do you think?
Oh, man, it's so stacked. Like, look, the early prelims, I was doing breakdowns and doing my picks and whatnot of it, and I was just like, the first card, first fight in the card is just absolute banger, former champions. And, mate, we're in for a treat with this one. We really are. I think there's great matchmaking. And, yeah, something that, they wanted to go all out for 300, and they have.
Isn't that crazy, though? The first fight of the night are former champions. That is unreal, and that
not just the prelims, but the early prelims.
Yeah, it just sets the stage for such a stacked card. Every fight is an absolute banger, and a lot of people are tipping this card. This is a fight card that the bookies, I think, are going to make a lot of money on.
Now, guys, we could do a segment on just about every fight on this card, but we won't do that. I'll spare you. Let's talk about the main event, though, at least. Alex Pereira versus Jamahal Hill. Rob, your thoughts on this matchup?
I'm very, very curious to see how this fight looks. Now, this is one of the fights where I reckon we could flip coins because both guys have the ability to finish the night early for them. Now, in terms of actual pointing out techniques and roads to victory, I think obviously Alex's leg kicks, the way he does those like short, powerful calf kicks, especially coming off Jamahal Hill's injury, I think that's going to be a factor into this game. Alex is very aware that leg kicks and body shots win fights, win championships. And I can see him utilising those to great effect. Now, Jamahal Hill, very unorthodox striker. Alex gets hit with unorthodox strikes sometimes.
Yeah.
We saw in that Yuri fight that Yuri landed some very effective shots on Alex and put him in treacherous waters for a little bit there. How is Alex going to handle Jamal's power opposed to Yuri's? We don't know. And that's kind of where I'm at with flipping a coin for this fight because Jamahal has serious one-shot KO power. He's finished a lot of guys in the first round just because of that lights-off moment.
Well, Volk, Jamahal Hill suffered that ruptured Achilles and he's been out of the game for over a year, straight into a championship fight. Do you think he maybe should have taken another fight just to get back into it, or are you happy with this decision?
I mean, I don't think it's he needs another fight to get back in there. I think, being the former champion, I think he was always going to get a title shot straight away, but was it rushed? Did he? Was he planning to be on 300 the whole time? We don't know, I guess. So that's why I'm like with Rob. This is a pick'em. I'm 50-50 with it. I like both dudes, but I feel like maybe is that going to be a factor?
Yeah.
I feel like as he said as well, the fighting sort of style is going to be an exciting one because Pereira will be in your face. He is hittable. Like he sort of leaves you the shots. He wants you to try and take him, which I feel like Jamahal Hill is going to try and take him, and he probably will land. But that's why I feel like I could see a finish. Like I don't think this is going 5 rounds, that's for sure. But who gets a finish? Like as Rob said, I do believe it's like a 50-50. But just because of what you just said there, is this rushed? I might lean a little bit towards Pereira because of that.
Well, the reason he has been given a title shot straight away is because he never actually lost the belt. Were it not for that basketball injury, he may very well still be the champion right now.
Mate, basketball.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. It was a pickup basketball game in which he did it.
Dangerous sport. But, well, what do? Do you stop living? I don't know. Maybe he plays every week. It's just a freak injury. It's true he never lost the belt. I think that does give him the means to get that shot straight again. And Alex and Yuri were fighting for the vacant belt. So it makes perfect sense in my head to make this fight.
Well, I'm very pleased to announce that Jamahal Hill actually joins us now. Jamahal, thank you very much for your time on Fox Sports. We really appreciate it. Now, it's been a long injury layoff for you. I guess the question I know in everybody's mind is, how are you feeling physically ahead of headlining the biggest UFC event in history?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling locked in, ready to go. I'm excited for the task at hand, and I'm ready to just be back and get back what's mine.
Hey, Jamahal, Rob here, and on that, because that's what I want to ask. That's where I want to lead into is where's your head at with this? Because you never lost the belt. You just had to give it up because of an injury, and now it's wrapped around Alex's waist. How does that make you feel? Like, what's your headspace moving into this? Is it a little bit like I'm taking back what's mine?
Yeah, 100%. And I love it. I love the fact that Alex is the challenge that I get to come back and get it back from. He's a great challenge to have. He's one of the biggest names in the sport. And there's a lot to be gained from fighting somebody like Alex.
What's happening, Jamal? Alex here. So, obviously, we've fight week. I don't want to go there, but we did chat on Twitter, and we're talking about some maybe cooking with Volk or cooking with Jamahal Hill. And now that you're,
no, that's all. It's cooking with Volk, bro. That's your thing. I'm coming to cook with you. Dog.
That's right. Well, obviously, right now you're going to be doing the dieting and everything like that. So I don't really want to bring it up, but I have to. What are we cooking when we do a cooking with Volk?
Oh, what's your specialty, man? I've seen you make a lot of great stuff, man. You make great steak.
Yeah. That's something. Look, I ain't no chef, but when it comes to cooking a steak, I'm quite confident with my steak. That's definitely something I'm confident with.
We're gonna have to get in with that. We're gonna have to find like one of these crazy little TikTok ingredients or whatever that kind of has to do with some steak, like a steak sandwich or something. That'd be dope.
All right, there it is. Steak sandwich. That's it. Done.
Great to hear. Jamal, just back to the fight. At UFC 298, when this fight was announced as the main event, you told me that you feel supremely confident just because you are Jamahal Hill. Can you tell me what that means exactly, why that fills you with confidence, and what exactly that means?
Because I know who I am. I know how I see the game. I know my ability. Just time and time of being in there in the gym, in fights and everything. I know who I am, and I know how I'm coming.
Alex Pereira, your opponent this weekend. What do you make of him, and how do you intend to get it done at UFC 300?
I think Alex is a great opponent. I think he's a very, very talented, skilled fighter. He's had a lot of success in two sports now, having been a kickboxing champion and now coming over to the UFC. I think of him as a great challenge. He's a really, really good fighter. But I see myself coming in and winning the fight dominantly, asserting myself with dominance the way I always have. I think I've made my career out of.
Well, Jamal, we can't wait to see you in action. We've missed you dearly. It's always exciting when you are in the octagon. Thank you very much for your time on Fox Sports. All the best this weekend at 300.
Appreciate y'all having me. Appreciate you coming on, Volk. Can't wait to cook with you, Rob. I seen the fight coming up. I can't wait for that shit. Always a fan. Always locked in whenever y'all in action. Appreciate the out of y'all.
Thank you, brother.
You're the man. Cheers.
What a legend. Jamahal Hill, there he was. What a guy, huh?
Yeah, man, he's a good dude. I've met him quite a few times, and always good energy and straight up dude, man. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I've always had good conversations with him. Like, there's always, exactly as you said, there's always good energy from him. I always get good vibes. And I want to say, so I do a lot of tips and things outside of the show. I don't know, heaven forbid, right? but I like when we have interviews with people because I feel like I get an inside look into their mentality, how they're feeling, just their energy, like in fight week. And mate, he looks loose. He looks relaxed. He looks good. I don't know. I think he's in a good headspace.
Well, mate, like I say, usually, sometimes out of camp, I don't know if he does it on purpose. He might stick his gut out and get a bit of a belly there, but it didn't look like he had a belly. It looks like he's in some serious shape. Because that was one question I did have. I was thinking, was he rushing in? Was he planning on being on 300? I wasn't sure. So that's why I was like, how do I pick this fight? But he looks in incredible nick and great energy, and what a top dude.